What's up everyone? Kyle B, you know me. Today we are going to go through all the stuff that we've installed already and kind of just show everybody where it's at, what it's doing, and what it's going to be used for. All of my actual install footage got corrupted, so I'm not going to go back and redo it. I'm just going to show you where everything is. Honestly, it's all just placing and double-sided tape. So it's pretty intuitive, but you'll see the locations and you'll see why and what we're doing with each one of them.
Down, we fuck shit up.
Alright, so let's start off with the exterior of the house. Number one, we got a contact sensor on the mailbox so I know when I get mail coming in. Number two, we also have a doorbell out front, which is a video feed doorbell, motion detection. It's really good if you need to basically find out when your packages get delivered, if you want to see who's coming to your house, if you want to basically just see what's going on at your house when you're not there, or if you just don't feel like getting up out of the office, somebody comes to your doorbell, you can just see what's going on and talk to them straight from there. And then we also do have hue lights out front. So with the motion activation from my doorbell, it will actually work in combination with the hue lights to turn the lights on when I come home. So that's really good for going late night. You come home to a dark house. It's really hard to put your key in an unlit door lock. And that's also really good too if that way you don't have to leave the light on all night. You don't have to worry about it coming home to a mass amount of bugs. And it also is a good security purpose so that just in case you do have somebody who's trying to break into your house, it will look like somebody's trying to come to the front door because the light's just going to turn on automatically and they're going to think somebody's home. Working our way into the kitchen, we have a contact sensor on the washing machine. So essentially when my dishes get done, I'll have a notification, which we're going to make this light here, a notification tool to let me know that the washing machine's done. And it's going to remain a consistent color so that it continues to remind me. So like if I don't get to it right away, it'll still pop up here saying, hey, dishes are done, make sure you take them out. We also do have a Google Home in there and a security camera. So when I'm setting timers or anything like that, it's really easy to just yell out, boom, boom, boom. This isn't necessarily a smart device, but it's a smart thing to do. It's the future of the calendar. What I have in my kitchen is just an old display monitor that I'm not using currently, and a really, really old computer. And all it is just a revolving calendar. It's something that I can literally just glance at and see what I got going on for the week. And it even has my email in there as well. So it'll keep me up to date without me actually having to get bombarded with notifications on my phone every time I get an email. And or like if I'm like out eating lunch or something in the kitchen, I'll be able to see what's going on even though I'm not technically in the office working. Oh, and one other thing for the kitchen. One more thing for the kitchen is this light switch. So the fluorescent tube bulbs, they are not smart yet, so I had to replace the actual receptacle itself. And that's going to work in combination with all the other stuff so that that light will just turn on when all the other lights turn on. So out here in the living room, I've got 6 smart lights, so they're able to change color and honestly set moods, tones, scenes. You'll be able to see all this once it starts rolling together. One other thing that's really smart out here is my receiver. The receiver's got Google Home built in, so I can cast anything directly to it and it will play throughout the projector and through the speakers that are playing out there as well. So it's really nice that it works in combination. I also do have Harmony Hub out here. So the Harmony Hub is something that is a MIDI controller device. Essentially all that does is will turn on and off and control every media device that's in here, or anything with a remote really. Harmony has about 250,000 remotes built into it, and if it doesn't know it, you can actually teach the Harmony a new remote. All you got to do is hold your new remote up to it, click it a few times, and it will learn those codes for that particular remote. And that's really useful for like fans and like LED light strips that aren't smart. Anything that's not smart that has a remote, you can now make it smart because of Harmony. Out in the entryway, there is a smart light, and on top of that, a contact sensor. So when I walk through the door, not only does the light turn on when the motion goes to outside, it will also turn on when I walk through the door. So every time that door opens, that light turns on for, I think I have it set for 5 minutes, and then it shuts off after 5 minutes. That gives you enough time to come in, kick your shoes off, get your keys, stuff out of them, and then if you got to run back out and get some groceries and stuff like that, it just gives you an ample amount of time to get in, and then realistically, it doesn't need to be on all the time anyway. And out in the gym area, we actually have a motion sensor. That motion sensor, basically when I walk in, the smart lights turn on. There's really not too much going on out there, but it's nice that when you just walk in the room, the lights turn on and everything gets ready to go for you. One thing I forgot out here is the Sonos player. So the Sonos player is just a notification tool, honestly. It will basically just spit out loud if I need to be notified about something. So like if I don't have a visual representation of it, I'll have an audio representation for any particular notification that I might need to have. A lot of people do the Sonos player for like if you leave the garage door open, if one of your family members is on their way home, you can set a radius to the house to know who's coming home when, and then that way, like if you're supposed to wash the dishes before your wife comes home and you didn't, you can at least get to it before she gets home. So there's a million different ways that you could honestly do this. Out here I also I haven't installed it yet, but I'm about to install this now, is another smart switch for the outside light. So I'm not going to replace the bulb outside, I'm just going to replace the light switch so that it can be on and off. One pro tip that I learned through doing this so many times is everybody messes with your damn light switches. And it is horrible that something gets messed up because an outside person comes in and plays with your stuff, which is cool to have everybody over and I love it, but it really sets me back because I have to go and reconfigure it. So what I did was I got these little switch cover plates, and they're like $2, maybe $5, depending on if you get better quality ones at your local hardware store, and they're a lifesaver. You still have access to the switch, but it deters people from actually touching anything when they come in the house. So that's a nice thing to have too. Right behind me here, we do have the Ecobee 4 thermostat with built in, and I don't really use the speaker on that one too much. I honestly don't think it's that great of quality. I'm trying to switch over to Google anyway. I have a couple of dots, but I tend to use Alexa or Google more. So one more thing we got out here is the Apple TV. That's not really too smart, but it's really nice to be able to AirPlay stuff and cast stuff at the same time. So, alright, and we also have a couple of remotes out here. So this is the AOTech Quad wall mote, and essentially this one has multiple different purposes. So you can use press, you can use hold, and essentially that would give you different applications for different things. So if you want to turn something on, like let's say it's time to watch a movie, you push a button, Harmony goes and does all its commands, and then you want to turn it off, hold that same button. So one press will do it, one press will turn it off. It's really good for turning on lights. You can set notifications to it. Pretty much anything is possible with these things here. And then these other remotes are mainly just for turning on and off the lights. So these are the Hue remote. Great, I've been using them for years though. And I also have the Hue remote out here. Hue remotes are awesome. They work 99% of the time. There are some times where you do have to go back and reconfigure it, but that's like that with pretty much anything in technology. So there's good and bad, but it's generally all good. Let's move our way into the bedroom. I just got a new pup like you guys saw in the last video, and he ate my damn light strip. So I'm down one light strip in the bedroom. I had two. I had a Lifix one underneath the bed, and that's the one that he got to. And then there's a Hue light strip behind my TV, so it puts off a glow behind the TV, and well, it used to put one underneath the bed as well. I have 4 smart bulbs in there, 2 in my lamp and 2 in my overhead dome. The 2 in the lamp are Lifix, the 2 overhead are Hue. I have a Hue wall remote as well in there, so it's really easy to turn the lights on and off, and then set scenes really nice when you know, I feel like having color in the room. Moving our way into the closet area, I have the light switch again replaced in there, and a contact sensor on the door as well. So when I open the door, my closet light just turns on. In the bathroom there, we have a motion sensor and 8 Hue lights. 2 of them are color, 6 of them are white, and essentially the motion sensor triggers them to turn on when I go to the bathroom, and it's 12 minutes during the day, so you have time to get a shower, and it's 60 seconds at night at 5% brightness, so I don't blind myself going to the bathroom in the middle of the night. After that certain time period, they do turn off. And then I do also have my Google Mesh Wi-Fi system out there. That is totally one of the best purchases I've ever made. It's nice to have a mesh system so that your entire house is covered versus just one area and it just trying to reach you. So with a mesh system, you can have all these routers talking to each other. Really good investment. I would do it, especially if you got home automation or a lot of devices running in the house. In the office, we have another Hue remote and 2 Lifix bulbs. That way you can change color when I am trying to get creative on the whiteboard, and or if I'm just, you know, editing, I like to have a certain light while I'm editing. In the laundry area right here, I replaced the light switch so that the fluorescent tube lighting will go off. There's a contact sensor behind the door, so when the door is closed, the light turns off, and then when the door is open, the light turns on. We do also have contact sensors on the washer and dryer so that I can tell when my laundry is done, and it will give me a constant reminder. So this right here, this center line, or the center square is going to be, let's say, purple, and purple means it's time for laundry. So when this is purple and this one right here is flashing yellow, that means that the laundry is going. So when that contact sensor opens on the washing machine, that means that this is going to turn yellow and start blinking. Now it's going to go for the set period of time for which cycle it is. So if, you know, it's just a standard cycle, it'll be 60 minutes or however long it actually is, and this will flash yellow for 60 minutes, and then this will turn green, so this will stop, and then this one will turn green to let me know that the washer is done. And then when I throw another load in, this will restart. And then the dryer, again with the same sequence, flashing yellow, and when the dryer is done, boop, it'll switch off, and the other one will turn green as well to let me know that I need to flip my loads around. And one last room, we do have the guest bathroom, and the guest bathroom has 4 Hue lights in it, all white, and it also does have a motion sensor. So when they walk in, the same rules apply. Lights turn on, then they turn off automatically. So this was an installation run through, and I hope you guys learned something, and we are actually going to start diving into actually making this stuff work. It's been about a week now since I've made my last video, and honestly I'm sick of my house not working right. So we're going to start getting to this, and it's going to be a lot of fun, so stick with me. Hey, my name's Kyle B. You know me. This is Smart Home Tutorials. Start smart, stay smart. Peace.